Once again, we are in River Ranch in KICCO. I'm driving down the same road that we drove down to do the KICCO Grade section. And we are going to do the Kissimmee Prairie North section today. So we'll just be going the opposite way on the trail. Starting out at the same point, and we're going to start out at mile 225, which is where we started last week, but instead of going north, we're going to go south to mile 218, which is actually on the other side of the boundary line for the state park. Okay, I'm through the gate, so now I have a 10-mile drive on this dirt road. It's very bumpy, you have to go pretty slow. So it took us about 30 minutes the other day just to get to the other trailhead down this road, but it's very beautiful. It's nice and foggy this morning, hoping maybe we'll see some wildlife on the way. Okay, this is mile 225 on the Florida Trail. This is the same little parking lot that I parked in last week. Last week I went north, went that way to mile 235, KICCO, and that's KICCO Grade Rd. Today we are going south and we're going back to Kissimmee Prairie Preserve State Park. And I'm going to go past the boundary to mile 218, which is where I left off from the other direction. So 7 miles south and then turn around and come back for a total of 14 miles. I'll see you on the trail. Yeah, so apparently you just go right through this little gate right here. So those are the little footprints, but they have the bridge open for a boat, so I have to wait. So I just spoke to the gatekeeper back there for the lot, and apparently he lives in this house right there with his wife, and he said it's an 8-mile trek down the dirt road here for him to get out, and then it's an 80-mile round trip to Walmart and back. He said they only go to town once a month. There's a mailbox here, so I looked to see what's in here, and it's all maps for Kissimmee Prairie Preserve State Park. I looked on the Far Out app, and apparently the boundary line is in 1.7 miles, so we'll be entering the park. Okay, I'm about 3 miles in, almost. I've just been following this fence line. Grassy. I did get my feet wet once. There's a little bit of muck behind me, but no big deal. Trying something new today. I found this guy that does military chants. He has like 4 CDs out, and he has a channel on Spotify. I'll put his link for his website in the comments down below. Anyways, so I've been listening to Army chants, marches, and while I run, and apparently you're supposed to actually do your part. So there's the leader chanting, and then you're supposed to do the second part, which is what all of the marchers and runners are doing. And it helps with your breathing. And I'm doing great. I'm just taking away some miles over here, as long as my battery doesn't die on my phone. Anyways, I'll check in with y'all in a bit. I've been listening to these Army chants while I'm running, and it's really helping to just take my mind off of the misery of running and just get lost in their stories. So I've never been in the military. When you listen to these songs, most of them are just so sad. It's all about sacrifice and literally putting our country, civilians, all Americans, above their own lives, their own families, their wives, their children, fathers, mothers, siblings. It's very profound. I encourage everyone that is not in the military just to realize the sacrifice that they make for us, and thank you, active military and veterans, for your sacrifice for our freedom. Here's a little camp circle, how cute. Here's another mailbox. Let's go over here and see what it says. Well, that must be for when you run out of paper in this other one. There we go. Let's get up to current. Let's see. I'll sign mine. Put on here. Run this town. There we go. My first trail signature. Here I am. I'm at mile 218. There's a little trail. Bicycle coming. Okay, so just off this main road, there's a huge alligator. His tail is out and his face is under the water. I'm not sure. The camera's even gonna see. He's so big, all I can see is his tail. That's his tail. And then the other half of him is buried under there. Well, my battery died, so no more listening to music on the trail. Anyways, I made it back to my car. I'm headed to Frostbite and Frostproof to get lunch. Strawberry milkshake and cheeseburger.